Howdy folks, welcome back to Railroads Online. We're so close to the iron mine I can smell it. Yeah, see, it's right over there. We're almost there. I've actually got track over to the base of the iron mine. I was over here cutting down trees. Let me pull up the map. We're over here. Whee! So I got trees cut all the way over there, and then I started up at the iron mine. I've worked my way back, and then I'm going to link up with the train, or sorry, link up with the track just around that corner. But here's the wide spot I mentioned. If you watched the first season, you saw I had a little like service area here where I could get water and fire. I think I just had water here, so I could get supplies if needed. Let's get right back into it. Excited to run the first train up over the mountain. I found if you put this on grid 1, it's a little smoother. So I think, so we need to come up a bit, but then we have to head right back down. So I don't want to come up too much. Let's come up to about there-ish. Make sure we're not poking out the side there looking goofy. Then I'll probably switch back to the rock because it's got a lot steeper sides. Doesn't get all goofy looking, but we need to come actually down a bit. So come down to about here, start straightening it up a bit. Match the curve. Not looking too bad. Now we just have to get through this wild right of the cut here. It's pretty interesting through here. This is where my engine struggled last season to get up through here because it gets not only steep, it gets curvy as well. So how we looking? I need to go this way just a bit. Try to get a perspective here. Need to come around that corner. If we go to 5, let's go back and see. How's that going to look? So the plan for this video is to hook back up to the main, and then we'll go build some track at the iron mine. I just have it to like the base of the iron mine. It doesn't actually do anything over there yet. And then probably the video after that will be bringing beams and lumber out here. Attempting to anyway. Not sure if the bullet's going to make it. Nothing else, we can like double or triple the cars. You know, take them up one at a time or something. All right, so we're still coming down at 5%, and that is not enough. Oh my word! So if we were going to follow this grade, we're looking at an easy 8%, if not higher grade. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Kind of see what I'm doing. You can see there's the track we're trying to meet up with. Let's put that down there, and then how does this look? Did I get too close? Yeah, it's kind of too close to the wall. I was afraid of that. I don't think you could build in third person, right? No, you can't build in third person. So it's a little bit difficult sometimes to get everything lined up, especially if you want to make longer segments. So it's going to be really steep right here, and it's a curve. So this is going to break the back of like every train I have until we get the gear loco. Again, I think that's going to be acceptable. See, we're still coming down to a hard 8%. Yikes. Then we can S-curve our way around here. And then we'll probably just have to hook up to this bridge over here, because this is where I left off building. Just go ahead and delete that. Let's hook these up and then see where we're at. That is a monster grade. I remembered it was steep. I didn't remember it being that steep. That's nutty. I think we can flatten out, because it looks like, yeah, we can definitely flatten out down through here. So it's going to be more like a 5 or 4% grade. Yeah, probably more like a 4%. Or even, yeah, even less than that. So if we match this up, it's about a 3% grade. And then it gets into the monster grade. And then if we go boom, I think we have a track to the iron mine. Let me run down there and I'll bring you back in. Actually, while we're up here, I think I'll go ahead and make this service area real quick. While we're here. I think where I want the water tank. That should work. And I know this doesn't stop the trains. It's just for aesthetics. Nope, that didn't work. Here, you. Doesn't want to do anything. Okay, fine. You win, game. It's gonna be way too far out there, isn't it? I need to do this to switch that to all. Tink. Trying to remember how the water tank worked. I want the board like right with the roadbed. That lowers down. That looks more correct. And they do still spawn in full of water, so that's good. So now we got some water there. Just in case we've made it up here and we're about to run out. So this meanders along and it kind of goes up and down grade. And I used, you can see the stone red bed. Red bed? No, road bed. Extensively. I just got done with a long day of work, so my brain is fried. And it's kind of like a roller coaster through here. It's an interesting line. And this could be improved, of course. Like I've mentioned, I don't try to do it perfect necessarily the first time. This is a logging railroad, you know, in the mountains. It's good enough. So you can see we got a another steel bridge going across here. And then I forgot I actually hadn't made the bridge down at this part. I had trouble getting it lined up. So I came over here and started, and then I ended up connecting. So we need to redo this part, which means I need to go over there and delete that. Cut down that tree. This side's a little tricky to get up because it's so steep. I don't think I can get up here. I think I have to go over here and around. I can get back down to the roadbed. Bonk. So that's not quite lined up. So let's get rid of that. Then we'll kind of try to eyeball this. Think it was level here, if I remember right. It's probably not going to be right because I can't really see what I'm doing. Put that there. And it's, yeah, it's sort of pointed over there. So let's give it a whirl. Now, I've been wanting to use the wood bridge, but they have to be pretty shallow crossings for it to even work. Let's see if we can get one in here. I think I might have to use the steel bridge. I know you can stack them and do all kinds of goofy stuff, but to me that looks really silly and I don't want to do that. No, it's not going to let me put that in because there's just not enough room below, or not enough length in the legs. I forgot I got this on 10 or 1. So we'll go back for a steel bridge. And I got to run all the way up over here. Been quite the adventure getting over here. A lot better than the old track laying tools, though. There we go. Linked up. And save. So here we are at the iron mine. Let's get some tracks laid out. I'd like to have a return loop, possibly. And I know you can go that direction too. A lot of different things you can do. So now that we have the stone, let's go into here. And I should be able to just come over here and kind of line this up where I want it, in theory. And it will sort itself out. So we want to be coming along the iron and then run right over that spot. Something like that. I wonder, how far is that? So if we're over the metal, about this far from that, I think that will actually work. Let's come down through here. That should be about right. That kind of just lines up. So let's drop that there. I'd kind of like to put a switch here, but I don't know if I have the room. Really wish we had sharper radius turnouts. That would be super nice. What if I redid some of that? I had to delete too much of this. Woo! That was a lot. Trial and error, right? You know what? Let's come back to here. Let's make this more better. So we can have that be straight over to about here-ish. And I'd like to start angling over towards where we need to go to the iron tipple. Is that what it's called? Tipple? And if I immediately put a switch to the right, it's not too much of an S-curve, I don't think. So if I put that there, then it's going to be super sharp to get under the iron, isn't it? Let's see what it looks like. It might actually work. Yeah, that's not terrible. Because at least right now, I think I want a reverse loop here. Then we may do something different at some point, but it would be nice not to have to just back all the way down the mountain. It'd be nice to have a reverse loop. So let's work towards that goal. What's that say? Pine Valley Mining Company. It's time for the thumbnail. Everybody say cheese. No, look towards the camera. Zoom out just a little more. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so we can come in here, we can get our lumber, we can get our iron on the way out. I wish these were on a separate track, but they're not, so we'll live with it. Alright, back over to fixed mode. We definitely want to come off of 1. Do 50. Oh boy. Not doing so hot, are we? All right, it's painful. We can do a 38. Got all the trees. And there's a lot of different ways you could do this. You could come in here with a yard and then have a shunter up here that just has little short sidings for this stuff. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but this is the way we're going to do it for now. Remember, there was a little bit of room up here. I don't know if there's enough. Let's see where we end up. So if we hook on here, we do a 50. Do we end up going over the cliff? Probably. Or else they're really high in the air. Yeah, we end up just going out over the cliff. I know I put a return loop in here somewhere. I think I had a trestle. We too high? Yeah, we're too high. Well, let's see how stupid it looks if we just do this. It's going to be way too tall, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's a monster. We don't want to do that. Well, maybe we'll have a turntable. I know I did have a reverse loop up here, but I don't remember exactly how I did it. But this is too much. So that's not going to be feasible. And I think 30 just feels tight with the cars. Like if we do a 40. Maybe use the other road bed. Wheels are being all weird. So then we have to bend back the other way. I don't think it's going to let me do this, though. Nope. Alright, fair enough. I'm just worried if I do like a 30. Oops, hit my rudder pedals. Worried if I do a 30, the cars are going to be like hitting each other. Well, hook up. There you go. Put this on 1, and let's do... If we do a 35, does that tighten it up enough to be somewhat reasonable? Oh wow, it actually let me do that. Then we need to hook up to that. That's going to be tight. So I kind of need to... Alright, we'll probably have to redo that. But let's lay out this one. And we'll see kind of where we need to be headed. But I think I'm going to need... Oh, that's not the right one. Yeah, that's going to be too tight. I'm going to need another curve here. We need a short section just to get it pointed away. There's just not enough room. Not enough room. Almost need a switch back there going the other direction. I don't know if I can make a yard here yet. We might have to just wait and do something different. So if I stick the switch on here now, see if there's no way we can make that hook up. Alright. Let's just make a simple reverse loop for now. Get trains flowing. Money coming in. And then we'll go from there. So let me just hop over here and connect this up and see how ridiculous it looks. I'm going to go with slightly ridiculous. I mean, it's tight. Could probably broaden this out a little bit. We won't really know till I get a train up here. Is it going to work? Look on a tree 50 times and it finally cuts itself down. Okay, man. Yeah, could definitely broaden that out a bit. But hey, it's some track. So the only problem is now I'm over here and my train is over at the sawmill. So I can respawn at the freight depot and then run to the sawmill. That's probably my best bet. That'll cut some of it out. So let me save. And I'll see you in a bit. So I'm over here at the sawmill playing click mouse button simulator. We get this loaded up. I'm going to do 4 cars of lumber, 8 cars of beams. And then we got those hoppers on the back. I don't think we're going to make it over there. I'm tempted to throw Betsy on the back as a little miniature helper. I don't think we're going to make it. We may have to make some temporary track to get around the train or something. But yeah, we're going to try. Anyway, I'm going to get this train loaded up. It's going to take a little while. I might even like have to go eat dinner and stuff and come back and record more later. But for you, it'll just be a quick transition. One thing to note here as I'm loading up the train, this engine seems to consume water. The porter is broken. Like, I've never put water in that since I started this new series. But this one is actually using it from the tank. I was trying to look. It looks like... I can't get a good look at this because... reasons. It's hard for me to look at the glass in this lighting, but that looks... to me, that looks like the boiler's empty, but... maybe it's full. It's a little hard to tell. If I look in here... like, that's the... I thought that was the tender, like the water tank level. Pretty sure that's how that works. This boiler looks empty, but it's making steam, so it surely is full. I just can't see the line there. But anywho, I just thought that was interesting. This engine does actually use water. I have never seen the water level go down on the Betsy. So that's broken. But this one does. The tank here is pretty much empty. So I'm going to fill that up. I've got the 4 lumber cars. I need to get back in position and get some beams loaded up. And then we'll at least get started towards the iron mine. I'll see you in a bit. Tell you what, folks, we're not going to make it to the iron mine this video. This stupid stored momentum bug is just eroding my will to even play this game. It's so stupid. It's so broken. I'm so over it. I've been trying to line up these cars, and it's just ridiculous. So I've got 4 brakes on these cars. And people are going to say it's coupler slack action. BS. I mean, it may be related to the bad physics on that. But first of all, those aren't springs. It's just dumb. So, you know, this is off. The train is not moving. I forget where I started putting on. I think I started putting on handbrakes here. If I take these off, since I was moving forward, you probably won't do it now. I want to show you. Yeah, here we go. The train's just going to accelerate off in that direction. There's no power on the engine. The whole train's moving now. There's no more coupler slack action. We're just magically accelerating forward because reasons. This is flat track. And it just makes it so you can't even, like, I can't even back up the train because of this stored momentum crap. I could probably make it all the way to the depot just on whatever phantom force this is. What's even happening right now? Yeah, I'm over it. I'm going to end the video here. I will eventually get this thing loaded. If I save and reload, it's fine. You know, the phantom forces are gone, but this is just whatever bug is making this train move. And here we go. Riding off into the sunset. Absolutely ridiculous. The Discord shut down. You can't even report any bugs anymore. I guess I could put a post on the Steam discussions, but there's so many general posts in there and people whining and crying and stuff that I doubt developers even looking in there. Plus it'd get lost in the noise. It's just frustrating. I want to like this game, but holy crap, it gets hard sometimes. So between episodes, I will get this train loaded with beams. And next episode, we're going to head for the iron mine. And we'll see how far we can make it. I think I'm going to probably die out somewhere over there on the 8% grade. But we'll see. Thanks for watching, folks. Happy railroad, and I'll catch you in the next one.